Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell's offer, at least in the short term, will allow Democrats to raise the debt ceiling so that America can keep paying its bills. But his proposal comes with a caveat. In a statement released on Twitter, McConnell said his plan will allow Democrats to use normal procedures to pass an emergency debt limit extension at a fixed dollar amount to cover current spending levels into December. McConnell had given the Democrats months to raise the debt ceiling on their own through the process known as reconciliation, but they never did.
The Democratic leaders wanted solutions. They wanted to turn their failure into everybody else's crisis.
With 11 days to go before the country hits the borrowing ceiling set by Congress, the parties must still finalize an agreement to prevent the government from going into default. The White House wants a long-term suspension of the debt limit.
If we're looking at the best options, why kick the can down the road a couple of more weeks? Why create an additional layer of uncertainty? Why not just get it done now? That's what we're continuing to press for, and that's our first choice.
A study by Moody agrees that a default would be a cataclysmic economic scenario that would rock global markets, cost up to 6 million jobs, and wipe out up to $15 trillion in Americans' household wealth. Every area of federal spending would be affected. $20 billion in Social Security payments to seniors, paychecks to our military would stop along with payments to suppliers, and other government checks and spending would stop. Retirement funds could also take a hit, and the impact would spread throughout the economy. People who don't get government checks could have trouble paying their bills, which would hurt local utilities and businesses, leading to layoffs.
The effects would be cascading, so day one would be bad, but the cascading effects in the ensuing weeks could go anywhere from a recession to a complete catastrophe for the global economy.
The government's credit rating could be hurt, and interest rates would rise, making mortgages and other loans more expensive.
Our fragile recovery would be thrown into reverse. We would likely experience a recession. Millions of jobs would be lost, and the pain would endure well past the resolution of the crisis.
Many analysts argue the debt ceiling debate is a symptom of a deeper problem.
The reality is the U.S. government continues to make more promises than it has the ability to pay. And that's what leads us to this problem. This is, Senator Manchin just a few weeks ago says this is the height of fiscal insanity. When we cannot even pay for the existing social programs, we're going to add a whole bunch more.
For now, Senate leaders McConnell and Chuck Schumer appear to be on their way toward finalizing a deal for a short-term extension. But in 2 months, both parties could be right back where they are now, debating how to deal with Washington's exploding debt. George Thomas, CBN News.